Hello, children. Now it will be the last video of this chapter, the essays that mad trees bloom. Now, as my previous video, I told you that when the old man scattered the ashes on the faded tree, at once the tree of the faded tree of cherry blossomed at once. Damien was very happy and surprised to see this wonderful sight. At once he stopped the train and called the old man towards him, and to he ordered his men to respect this old man and give him many costly gifts, and he also invited him to his palace. Now the old man returned to his wife very happy, and he was so happy that it was the first time that Daimyo has invited anyone in his palace. Now, what is the condition of their greedy neighbors when they saw that the old man was again invited to the palace, to the castle by Daimyo, and he again give him the respect, and once again by their good qualities this old couple was respected by the daimyo. So they also decided, the greedy neighbors also decided that they will also repeated the same work, and the daimyo will also reward them. बट वैन द ग्रीडी नेवर हियर्ड ऑफ इट, जब भाई लालची पड़ोसी जो है जब इसके बारे में सुनता है ऑफ इट, ही टुक सम ऑफ द मैजिक एसेस, he took some of the magic ashes and went out on the highway. At once he went out on the highway. There he waited until a daimyo's train came, and he waited there until a daimyo's train came there. At once he waited when the जब तक जमींदार साहब का काफिला आ नहीं जाता है वो तब तक वहाँ वेट करता है. Came along, and instead of kneeling down and instead of leaning down the crowd, he climbed a withered cherry tree. He don't knelt down before the daimyo. He climbed on a withered cherry tree. When the daimyo himself was almost directly under him, when daimyo party of daimyos came, and when daimyo came under the tree, he threw a handful of ashes over the tree. At once he also threw a handful of ashes on the tree, which did not change a participle. It did not change in a participle. The wind blew the fine dust. At once it changed into the dust, and it changed into a particle. Blew the wind blew. At once the strong wind blew the fine dust in the noses and eyes of the daimyo and his wife. And the particle of dust, at once with the wind, they also entered in the eyes and nose of the daimyo and his wife. Such sneezing and choking, and they started sneezing and choking. It spoiled all the pomp and dignity of the procession, and this event had destroyed all the dignity and respect and showing of the procession. The party was disturbed. The man whose business it was to cry. At once Daimyo cried, who had dared to do such type of bad acts. Get down on your knees. अपने घुटनों के बल बैठ जाओ. Seize the old fool by the collar. And the guards came and they seized this old man by the collar, dragged him from the tree, and the old and greedy never was dragged from the collar from the tree and tumbled him and his ass basket into the ditch by the road, and he was through by the road with his ditch of the asses, then beating him soundly. And he was so curious and he was so angry with this event that the greedy never beating himself soundly. He left him, he left him for dead. The servants and the guards of Daimyo beat this old man so seriously, and he left them beside the road as if he was dead. Now it was the result. Thus the wicked old man died in the mud, and by the harsh beating of the guards, he died in the mud. But the kind friend of the dog, but the old man, who was a kind friend of the dog, dwelt in peace and plenty. And doth he and his wife lived to a green old age. And they lived to a green old age, and they lived a very long life. And because they were lover of their dog, and their thinking was absolutely right, and they were also by their good qualities, for their good qualities they were also respected by the daimyos, and they got everything in their life, and their greedy neighbors were punished by the daimyos, and last by the hard beating he died in the mud. So student, it is the complete story of this chapter, and by next session we will start a new poem in this point, and you will find the complete PDF of this chapter after this video.